this video, I will show you, yes you my beloved viewers, federal grant opportunities of up to, count that, $200 million for both individuals and startup businesses that the Biden administration has just released. Thus, many of these programs are brand spanking new. Thus, you have a jump on it just because you've been watching our videos until the end. And as I said on my previous video, if you do not know, you better ask somebody. I have released sales to our Grants for Everyone Secrets Unlocked ebook at the low, rock bottom number where prices are insane of $22, even if I hiked up the price to $15 more at $37, it is still pennies in regards to the return on the investment of your education, of yourself, of probably the most divine gift that our true and living Father Yahweh has bestowed upon us as human beings, with the ability to speak and communicate through words that become flesh, because we visualize everything that we create around us, everything you can build. And this is one of the steps to go ahead and build that with the Grants for Everyone Secrets Unlocked program, where you will learn every single tactic that I executed to aggregate all the links to the information resources and application portals to Grants for Everyone that I have been sharing you without charging you a dime since the onset of the pandemic back in December 2020, when I gave you the Grants for Everyone Secrets Unlocked series right here. And today I am going to present a more intuitive format for you to be able to apply for these opportunities that the Biden administration has eloquently listed on this white paper entitled the Climate Capital Guidebook. Again, you want to learn how to put together these tactics now. Neil, why would I want to learn how to execute the same tactics that you performed to aggregate your spreadsheet? Because you give me yours free of charge. Because if you learn how to execute these tactics, then you will learn how to find grant opportunities with administrators that target people in your particular situation that are exposed to your circumstances, or fill the occupation that you currently practice, or operate the type of business that you run. In other words, you want to find grants in this particular region of the country where you live. This is the program for you. Not for overseas people, not financial advice. Of course, simply what I am doing to go ahead and gather all of the resources and tap the universe that is our tool to go ahead and subdue this planet, be fructiferous, and do everything that we must to provide for our loved ones, serve our neighbor. These are just some of the people who have gotten paid grants after watching our videos. $40,000, $10,000, $15,000 in rental assistance. Stop. Again, you have the opportunity to not only buy the ebook at the low price of $22 until Friday, then the price goes up, which is still a deal/steal. The opportunity to purchase the Grants for Everyone Secrets audiobook. I can read the ebook to you through this recording, and I have opened up sales for tickets to the Grants for Everyone Secrets Q&A on Friday, June 14th, 2024. Many of you have been in attendance, and I give you information one-on-one on everything that I have issued, that I have communicated on this channel, and everywhere where I've been able to speak to you or communicate. Junis Koga, by following our channel and tapping into these resources, won a $120,000 grant from the federal government. Again, the beauty of this video today, which is why you need to watch it until the end, is because most of our viewers that have reported winning grant money through watching our channel have won it through the federal government. Millions of dollars through the Economic Injury Disaster Loan and Paycheck Protection Program. This is where you'll find these opportunities where they award roughly or more than 20% of the applicants. Many of these private programs, they only typically award about 1% of the applicants. So you have a better chance of winning it. You want to pick up the ebook and the audiobook and tickets to the Grants for Everyone Secrets Q&A. Visit bit.ly/Rod S as in Sierra, Q as in Quebec, or Qbert. For those of you who remember, Atari 2600, the link is in the video description below. I'll also include it in the top pinned comment. And you want access to the spreadsheet, go ahead and subscribe to our newsletter. I'll tell you where to access it and where you will get a more intuitive format of the links that I'll be covering right now, as a matter of fact, just like this distributed generation energy project financing. Just take a look. Look, the Rural Energy for America program, $25 million. I have included a link to it on our spreadsheet that you'll get by subscribing to our newsletter. The Biden administration announced that they want to level the playing field for small businesses, unlike what happened during the pandemic, where all of these top publicly traded organizations were allowed to keep their businesses open under the guise of being essential, while small businesses, we had to shut all our organizations down. Thus, it pushed us to find other ways of making a living, of providing for our loved ones. The president's Investing in America agenda is putting the United States on the path towards achieving the president's ambitious goal to cut U.S. green gas emissions. Take note of that. Gas emissions. What does that mean? They want renewable energy. They want programs that promote, that foster the use of electric vehicles, geothermal energy, nuclear energy perhaps, renewable forms of energy, wind-powered, solar-powered. Neil, again, I don't know about my businesses having to do with clean energy, or we use gas-guzzling vehicles to go ahead and transport our merchandise. Well, you start to learn. You start to learn about all of this stuff. You've got ChatGPT, you've got the search engines. We are in the information age. Now, you don't have the resources to go ahead and do that. Everyone always has some type of snag constituting an excuse when the information is there. What did I say in the beginning of the video? The word. You have your brain to put together words. That's how all this ChatGPT stuff is so, quote, intelligent. Artificially, of course, because of all the words it has learned from the internet, from the entire corpus constituting human knowledge. It learns from us, our human spirit that powers it through our words. So you go ahead and put some words into a search engine, into ChatGPT, and learn about this stuff. Put together a plan, have a strategy in place. And these grant programs, they aim to fund those strategies so you can bring them to life. Whether you are an entrepreneur with a business that you have operated for decades, or you're just an individual with an idea. Ideas, that's the easiest part. The hard part is the execution. That's where this comes into play. And that's not even that hard either, as long as you put the work in. Trust me, listen, I came from absolutely nothing. Jamaica, Queens, New York, where they shot 50 Cent, 90 times? I forgot. Anyway, I passed by Jamaica Hospital, where Donald Trump was also born, when he got blasted. And listen, I almost got shot when I was like 16, and a number of times thereafter. That's how dangerous. And this is not even the grimiest hood in New York City, okay? There's a lot other parts that are a lot more dangerous, where they're blasting people on a regular basis. Anyway, still to this day, and had no connections, and I was able to work with the 2012 Barack Obama presidential campaign, the Nielsen organization, made millions through my business, millions and billions for other organizations, helped elect the first black president, re-elect him to become president once again, the leader of the free world. Right here, take a look, 25 million, $10 million, loan guarantee, just like a grant. Even, look, you got 25 million, you can't put that to work and pay back the federal government. When they started issuing economic injury disaster loans, the rates to pay it back, 2%, 3%? All kinds of opportunity, because you are in the mecca of capitalism, okay? The most epic democratic experiment known to man. So listen, you have all these programs right here. This is the table that lists all of them. Look, grants of 300 million. Perhaps I should have renamed the video 300 million. On average, $10 billion of allocated credits with $4 billion set right here from the DOE, all this other stuff. Do not let any of this stuff scare you off. You have the ability to do this. Look, long-term loans and USDA guaranteed loans right here, up to 75% of the project cost. Now, you don't want to get through all this information? I give you the information that you need right on our spreadsheet. The web address to these programs, the amount of money that they are offering, And I even give you contact information for people. You have to remember, the federal government that employs, what, over 9 million people. They have cabinet members that work directly under the president in the executive branch of government that assign this formidable workforce to help you tap into these programs and get that paper so you are able to have this tool. That's all money is, a tool for you to bring your vision to life, to go ahead and build in everything that you see built around you. It comes from the idea, and then you get the tools to build it. It's a wrap, okay? And listen, you pick up our ebook that you can purchase by visiting bit.ly/RodSQ. I'm giving you a secret bonus, the Grant Hunter's Playbook, where you learn how to get paid to apply for grants. In other words, no longer are the days where you're submitting grant applications left and right, and you're broke as a joke, ready to choke, but with God's lightning bolt that will never, ever, ever, ever let you croak. By no means whatsoever, as long as you keep the faith and keep acting and moving towards that goal. What did he tell Moses? Why do you keep begging me? Just move. I already told you what to do. Go ahead and move. You split that sea. I have had Pharaoh let my people go. Now lead them. Move. Move. Get out the way. Get out the way. Anyway, right here, you got the information right here. Now, many of you may be saying, but this is for small businesses established. No. First off, there is a federal grant program that I have spoken about on this channel. If you do not know, you better ask somebody. The American Seed Fund, that the SBIR, if I'm not mistaken, let me go ahead and perform a query real fast so I can locate it, administers, called the American Seed Fund right here. Roughly $50,000 to $300,000 for phase one. Eligible entities must be a U.S.-based for-profit small business. Now, let's take a look at the frequently asked questions. Does the company need to be founded prior to SBIR, STTR proposal submission? You do not have to certify eligibility until the time of the award, and most agencies allow you to submit an application prior to establishing the business that will receive the award. However, to avoid potential complications, you should discuss this with the procuring agency's contracts or grants officers before applying. So, you can be an individual with an idea, something highly innovative, technologically and financially risky, and the federal government will help you fund it. They've been doing this for over 40 years right now. And if you take a look again at this white paper that the Biden administration has just released a couple of days ago, these programs fund companies developing early stage technologies, including those that are pre-revenue right here. This is just one of the places where I see that pre-revenue note. Eligible borrowers include for-profit or non-profit. Repayment ability must be demonstrated, but revenue and positive cash flow can be projection-based for startups as opposed to a demonstrated history from existing operations. So you can have a business that you just file the articles of organization incorporation for yesterday. It is pre-revenue. You haven't made any money on it as yet. I made money with my business prior to actually filing my articles of organization. I was an independent contractor prior to that. Well, I worked for the Nielsen organization and I hired people to perform the work. That's how I was able to show so much productivity. It was like they had a mini hybrid agency under their umbrella, and then it was a natural transition for me to simply file my articles of organization, and thus ShovCom LLC was born, and I had all of these organizations hiring my organization, and now I have a company that has been clocking millions since 2010, and almost 2 decades going on at this particular juncture, but it was already a business. You have to develop technical ability, skills, okay? Just like the wisdom for which Solomon begged God when he prayed and God asked him, what is it that you want? And you can get that wisdom by first acquiring the knowledge to execute that wisdom through the free education tab, probably the most powerful tab on the spreadsheet, where you can learn how to operate Google Ads, you can learn cybersecurity, all of this stuff that puts you in the marketplace. Why? Because you are offering skills and you are offering services and products that you learn how to develop with those skills of value that people will be able to cough up paper. Because remember, your time is more valuable than the money that you have. You can run out of money, and as long as you have more time, you can get more money. But you run out of time, lights out. Which is why I tell you, listen, I have been investing in my education for decades. Through college, it gave me the foundation and taught me how to learn. Understand? Because that's what college gives you. You learn how to learn because you have the foundation of how to structure your ideas. Your thoughts enabled me to be able to learn all of these cutting edge technologies, which put me in a position to be able to operate campaigns for the most iconic brands on the planet, including but not limited to the Nielsen Organization, the United States Department of Defense, the Naval Research Laboratory, working with cutting-edge, state-of-the-art think tanks funded by the federal government. So right here, 21 bones, 47 bones. And listen, I charge anywhere of up to $25,000 for an hour of my time. And if you want more information on how to apply for these government grant programs, join me on our Zoom call. I got you. You and I are designed by our true and living Father in his image. There is greatness in each and every one of us, of our maker. So we can put this stuff to life, and I show you how to be able to live on this planet as freely and independently of any scarcity of financial resources, health resources, anything that you want to accomplish. It is at your reach. You simply have to go out and grab it. And if you're like, oh man, I'm broke as a joke, can't do it right now, yada, yada, yada. Listen, find a way. You find a way for things that are nowhere near as valuable or that build you. I know because I do it myself. You know the thousands of dollars that I have blown on things that I'm like, never are going to produce a return. Those have been my errors. But I know that there are ways for you to just spend and blow your paper. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars where you're not multiplying. Everyone's a sin. We are a trapo de inmundicia. In other words, we are a dirty dirtbag rag in comparison to our Creator. Nonetheless, He made us in our image. We can be better than what we are. And if we exchange our time as opposed to exchanging our dollars, which are simply tools for us to ensure that we use our time to the best of our abilities to serve our neighbor, to serve our families, to ensure that we consistently and tirelessly on the relentless pursuit for that perfection that is unattained unless you are the true and living Father yourself. It's not happening. However, you always work towards it because everything is ephemeral. You're watching this video now. After this, you're watching something else. This becomes a memory. There is no now. You have to ensure that you harness the time that you have for your loved ones and do everything that you must. Pick up the Cash for Everyone, lists all the resources that I have included on the passive income tab, the AI tab, free education, airdrops, crypto forms of grants, and I put the federal government programs right here, government grants next to the grants tab right here, where you'll have better access to these. I also include a link to that climate capital guidebook that I am discussing during this entire video. Go ahead and rewind whatever part that you don't understand. Again, the programs are right here. You have contact information. Remember, I tell you, you don't even have to have grant writers, professional grant writers, because as I said before, department heads, they assign a formidable staff of government employees that will show you step by step through your tax dollars. You worked when you were 16. For instance, I worked for Pizza Hut and I paid taxes. I helped pay for their salaries, not completely. However, that's why they are in those positions, in those government positions, to help you tap the resources that this government allows. The mecca of capitalism, okay, the most epic democratic experiment known to man. So go ahead and use every single resource. You can't make it here. You cannot make it anywhere. Watch the video you see on the screen right now so you can tap into all the resources, every single grant taking and cash making opportunity that I encounter.